Thank you, everybody, for coming to the Aaron Torres Podcast YouTube page. If you could do me a quick favor, see that little subscribe button at the bottom of your screen? Go ahead, click that subscribe button. Really does help our channel grow, our audience grow, and I really do appreciate it more than you know. So click that subscribe button. Appreciate your support. Now, here's the video that you came here for. Talk about the Peach Bowl, Texas versus Arizona State. Texas came in as a 14.5-point favorite, overwhelming favorite. And listen, you know college football is a crazy sport. When a school like Texas, Vince Young, Colt McCoy, Cedric Benson, I mean, all the all-timers that have played there, maybe Arch Manning down the road, they're playing a school whose most famous alum, Jake Plummer, owns a mushroom farm. Yet Arizona State went play for play, toe for toe, incredible game. Texas wins 38. Was it 38-34 or 38-31? They won 39-31 in overtime. Texas deserved to win, but boy, oh boy, oh boy, do we have to talk about that pass interference play, or that targeting play, okay? So I want to go ahead and dive into the targeting play because it's all anybody was talking about. I mean, you even turned on First Take, you turned on Get Up with Mike Greenberg. They don't really talk a ton of college football. Now, I understand it's the middle of the week. It's New Year's, this January 2nd. It's all that was on TV yesterday. But we got to go ahead and dive in to the play that, listen, it didn't decide the game, but it doesn't mean that it was not egregious. I am, of course, talking about the targeting that was not called targeting, that should have been called targeting, that blew up the internet. And listen, there's nothing else to say other than that Arizona State got royally screwed in that spot. For people who weren't watching the game, just insanity, because Arizona State in the fourth quarter was down 24-8, okay? They're down 24-8. They then score a touchdown, convert the 2 points. Score another touchdown, convert the 2 points, tie it up at 24. They end up with the ball back with a minute to go. It's third and, I believe, 14 or 15, something like that. Sam Leavitt, who was incredible, he drops back. He throws it over the middle. It is tipped, but a 10-yard completion to his receiver who proceeds to get his lights knocked out, okay? I mean, we could pretend like that's not what happened, but it is what it is. So we stop the game, check on the player. I think he was doing okay, whatever. Not whatever. I don't want to be insincere to, if he got hurt or whatever. But we check on the player, and we immediately are like, let's just check for targeting, okay? And so we go to the monitor. And the one thing I will say, very rarely does Twitter universally agree on something. And it felt like Twitter pretty much universally all agreed that this was targeting. Okay, so really quickly, this is what I want to do. I want to actually read to you the literal definition of targeting. And I'll try to be quick. Article 4. No player shall target and make forcible contact to the head or neck area of a defenseless opponent with the helmet, forearm, hand, fist, elbow, or shoulder. This foul requires that there be at least one indicator of targeting, see below. When in question, it is a foul. So if there's one indicator of targeting, it's considered targeting. Targeting means that a player takes aim at an opponent for purposes of attacking with forcible contact that goes beyond making legal tackle or legal block or playing the ball. Some indicators of targeting include, but are not limited to, launching of a player, leaving their feet to attack an opponent by upward forward thrust of the body to make forcible contact in the head or neck area, a crouch followed by an upward and forward thrust to attack with forcible contact, leading with the helmet, shoulder, forearm, fist, whatever, lowering the helmet, lowering the head before attacking by initiating forcible contact with the crown of the helmet. So basically, for it to be targeting, three things need to happen, okay? Three things need to happen. There has to be forcible contact, head or neck area, crown of the helmet, or lowering of the helmet. I hate to say it, but if you watch the video, those three things are essentially indisputable. If you want to say he didn't use the crown of his helmet, well, he lowered his helmet, okay? And so I just bring it up because it was really bad. It was an egregious call. By the way, don't take my word for it. I'm just a dude with a microphone and a pretty popular podcast, okay? Producer Matt, what did Terry McCauley, NBC's rules expert, say during that match? Okay, so this was literally during the game. Terry McCauley tweeted, clearly a targeting foul. By the way, what did Gene Steratore say? CBS's rules official. He said this was now on Thursday morning. My phone has been burning up all morning. Yes, this should have been a flag for targeting in Texas ASU. It meets all of the criteria of targeting, Rule 9-1-4. So don't take my word that it was targeting. Just take the word of the people that are paid to do this. By the way, on the broadcast, whoever the rules official is at ESPN, I don't even know who it is. There's so many darn rules officials these days. Shout out to Mike Pereira, the OG. He's the Michael Jordan of rules officials. I don't know if he tweeted. They said on the broadcast it was targeting. So it was targeting. Everyone who is paid to do this for a living says it's targeting. And here's the funny thing. The only people that I have heard make the argument it was not targeting are Texas fans. That's when you know it was targeting. By the way, my favorite with Texas fans, Isaiah Bond also got targeted earlier in the game. So your argument isn't that it wasn't targeting. Your argument is just, hey, one of our players got targeted too and it wasn't called, so that makes it even. Just because Isaiah Bond did get targeted does not mean that that was the right call in the moment for the referees to not make that call. Arizona State was forced to punt. Now, what I will say, Arizona State, it did not cost them the game, okay? It did not cost Arizona State the game because at the end of the day, let's just be honest about Arizona State. They don't have a great field goal kicker, so even if they get the first down, there's no guarantee they make the field goal. Bert Auburn misses the field goal. And then, oh, by the way, on top of that, it is also kind of worth noting that in the first overtime, Arizona State had Texas on 4th and 13, had them in 4th and 13, and Texas was able to convert and score a touchdown to force a second overtime. So I can't sit here and say that that is the reason that Texas lost the game, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't targeting. When all three rules officials say it's targeting, and you just feel bad for Arizona State because listen, I'm one of those people. I would rather the refs not decide things on 50-50 calls and let players play, but that wasn't a 50-50 call. We all agree. If that's not targeting, then just take targeting out of the rule book. And by the way, maybe there is an argument. Is it a dumb rule? Is it not a dumb rule? It might be a dumb rule, but it is still a rule. And if the rule is going to be in the rule book, you have to apply it correctly, especially in the biggest moments. And you can't say, oh, the refs have to hold their whistle. This isn't basketball where every play is a ticky-tack foul. This isn't even like holding where you could call it on every play. It was so obviously targeting, and we just got proof that it was.